I would first like to begin thanking our partners. Roberto Trevino, the Executive Director of the Harris County Toll Road Authority. We have Sanjay Ram, who is the Chair of Metro. And we have Fort Bend County Judge KP George with us. We are thrilled to announce that we will be embarking on a study to re-envision the Westpark Tollway. This effort is critical given the tremendous growth in the region, given that Fort Bend and Western Harris County are the fastest growing regions in Texas and some of the fastest growing areas in the country. We need to make sure that we are planning not only for the needs today, but for the future and future growth. Currently, the Westpark Tollway serves more than 25,000 vehicles and nearly 5 million trips per month. Are there any technical difficulties? Do you want to stop? Okay. So yes, nearly 25,000 vehicles a day, nearly 5 million trips per month. And this Westpark Tollway connects families to 4 key economic centers in Precinct 4. We have the West Chase, Energy Corridor, Uptown, and Greenway Plaza. So we are envisioning a Westpark Tollway that works better not only for the future, continued economic growth of our region, but also to improve the quality of lives for everyone who enjoys their commute every day using the Westpark Tollway. All of us here can think of the enormous amount of time we spend commuting. Imagine if we have additional mobility options that can help parents take their kids to school more effectively and efficiently, getting to work more efficiently, that time that we can come back. I believe that time is the most invaluable resource, and as a region, we need to be big, bold, and innovative how we think about mobility. I'm also deeply energized by this effort because it is a partnership between the City of Houston, and I'd like to thank Mayor Turner and his team. Mayor Turner could not join us today, but this is a partnership between the City of Houston, Harris County, the Toll Road Authority, Metro, and our neighbor, Fort Bend County. This is government working for the constituents, working together to be more effective stewards of taxpayers' resources so that we can continue to grow the region, control economic opportunity, and continue to improve the quality of life for all of our residents. So with that, I am very proud to introduce my partner, my friend, our leader, Fort Bend County Judge KP George.
Thank you, Honorable Commissioner Lesley Briones, and of course we are joined by Sanjay Ramabhadran and Roberto Trevino. I am very honored to stand in front of you, working with our Honorable Commissioner, and as she rightfully mentioned, that part, southwest part of Harris County, southwest part of Fort Bend County, is one of the fastest growing area in this region and beyond. And so leadership is all about how we can be more creative and how we can do things more efficiently and effectively. And I appreciate your leadership in that. And I appreciate your thinking what you can do to make things better. And also thinking not today, forward, what we can do. And I always said this before, to me, transportation is quality of life, quality of life. And I always tell my staff and our Commissioners Court members, the people come to Fort Bend County, people come to this region, they have an option to go to other places. And they come here because they see something good happening here and we care about the people, we continue to grow. And I give you just brief example, of course, Harris County is much bigger than Fort Bend County, but we are there, we are coming behind you strongly. And with 52,000 people in the 1970 census, today we are at 894,000 people. We're going to have 1 million people by 2026, and maybe some crazy numbers hearing from by 2050, around 2.8 million people. I don't know What kind of Fort Bend County that is, I have no idea, but we have to prepare like doing something like this. And so honestly, I am excited to see that we are focusing, expanding mobility capacity options in the fastest growing region, as I said before, and I'm hearing that more than 400,000 people living in that stretch and continue to grow exponentially. But if you don't do something, traffic nightmare is going to be a reality eventually, because 23 years ago I moved to Fort Bend County, or even this region in Sugar Land, when Highway 59 was only 2 lanes from Beltway south. Now we have 5+ lanes, but still we have the same traffic. So that's why it is important we envision what we can do to change the the way we look at transportation. Again, improving quality of life. And I just wanted to say this leadership, and I know that all of our leaders standing here is working towards to make our region. And one last thing, we all know that when it comes to mobility, when it comes to drainage, when it comes to flooding, there is no zip code, there is no county line. It doesn't stop, and it continues. And that's why it is important to work with our partners, and I'm 100% supportive of every effort happening in Precinct 4 and beyond. And of course, we work with the Harris County leaders, City of Houston, and so on and so forth. Once again, thank you for inviting me. Thank you for being part of this conversation. I wish you the very best with this effort. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Judge George. Thank you, Commissioner Briones, for having Metro at this press conference, and more importantly, for your leadership. Your leadership in bringing together various partners as we all collectively work on improving mobility for our region. As you've heard, we all know that our region has experienced tremendous growth over the last couple of decades and will continue to experience tremendous growth as we move forward. A region that's about 6 to 7 million that is expected to double to almost 11 to 12 million in the next 20 to 30 years. So when faced with that question of what that population growth will do to congestion and mobility, the voters of our region made a visionary choice back in 2019. Almost 70% of them voted to approve the Metro Next Moving Forward plan. That plan will bring 500 miles of travel improvements to our 1,300 square mile service area that Metro serves. We at Metro are already hard at working on delivering on that plan, accelerating delivery where it is possible, whether it's universal accessibility or transformational projects like Metro Rapid, the bus rapid transit service that works like rail. We are now building out almost half of the 75 miles of bus rapid transit that was included in the Metro Next Moving Forward plan. Those include the much-needed east-west connectivity along the inner Katy corridor, the Gulfton BRT project, and of course, the University Corridor project, all 3 of which have significant portions in Harris County Precinct 4. We are excited to hear the findings of the study that will reimagine the Westpark corridor, west of the Beltway, where the University Corridor ends at the West Chase Park and Ride. It will no doubt enhance not just Metro Rapid, but other transportation options for our region. As you all know, the University Corridor project is a transformational project for the region. At 25 miles long, it will be the longest BRT corridor anywhere in the United States when it's built. We all know everything is big in Texas. So, this is exactly the kind of bold partnership that will plan and build for the future and balance the regional needs as well as customer preferences when it comes to multiple modes of transportation. So, when the federal government is looking to invest in a 25-mile bus rapid transit corridor, it is only fitting. It is the Houston, Texas way of doing things that local leaders will come together and work on expanding service to probably another 16 more miles in addition to the 25 miles, whether it is regional express park and ride service, toll road service, or BRT service. That's a game changer for our region. I want to also thank our partners, Harris County, Fort Bend County, City of Houston, Harris County Toll Road System, and many others. There is no question that we can accomplish a lot more when we all work together, and this Commissioner Briones is a perfect example of that partnership. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to thank these partners again, and most importantly, I want to thank the most critical partner that we will have in this study as we reimagine the Westpark Tollway. The most critical partner will be the community. There will be heavy, heavy community engagement as part of this study and analysis. We want to hear what will work best for you. We want to re-envision in a way that connects communities, that makes the expansion something that's beautiful to look at. How can we incorporate art? How can we be as respectful of the environmental concerns? So this will be a deep community engagement, and the #1 partner in this effort will be you, the community. So we thank you in advance as together we continue to move this region forward. And with that, I invite Ms. Rhodes to please join us again.
Thank you, Commissioner. And at this time, we'd like to open up for questions from the media.
What exactly is the study? How much is it going to cost? Is there sharing of the cost of that amongst the different?
So the study's going to evaluate. The study's going to evaluate the corridor itself, Doug, as toll road tries to address toll road capacity and capacity issues that we have and improve the level of service that we have on the toll road. We're going to do it innovatively and creatively with the partners that we have in Fort Bend County and at Metro. The toll road, there's an adjacent corridor next to it that Metro owns, that Fort Bend owns. And as we look at the connectivity of the whole region and improving the quality of life and improving the mobility options in that and improving the toll road capacity in that corridor, the toll road will be leading this initiative in lock and step with Fort Bend County and Metro. No, that's what's really innovative, and what I really like about this project is that historically a toll road, the only way to control congestion is by increasing tolls. But by partnering with Metro and partnering with Fort Bend Transit, we can innovatively add capacity by partnering with transit agencies that provide great commuter service and be creative and innovative to increase throughput capacity where people can choose a different mode but still get to their destination in a good, reliable time, while the toll road user also benefits. Correct, and that's what this is. The most difficult thing there is to do when you build a project is to have the real estate, the right-of-way that's needed. There is real estate adjacent to our existing toll road corridor that is part Metro, part Fort Bend County, and that's where we're going to be creative and take a look at how can we maximize that real estate innovatively and include all modes in this corridor, so that way whatever the resident chooses, whether they choose to be on a toll road portion or whether they choose to switch to a really nice transit option, that we get them to their destination, employment center, healthcare center, or activity center in a good quality time. And most importantly, when they're trying to get back home to their families, we give them that reliable travel time savings.
When do you expect to have the results of the study?
Well, we'll take a look at that. We're going to take our time. We're going to do it right. I mean, this is a long-term decision. There's an agenda item tomorrow going to Commissioner's Court to seek qualifications from firms that are qualified to this type of work. So we don't have a set timeline, but as we try to take a look at this corridor and we're innovative, we're not going to rush the decision. As Commissioner Briones said, the most important piece of this is community input, and we don't want to put a timeline on community input. We want to make sure we're thorough, we're inclusive, we gather all the information to make this the right decision. So I want to be clear. This is led by the toll road. There will be a toll road benefit. There will be an added capacity to the toll road. Now, how it still relates to a toll road is on congestion mitigation. Historically, a toll road controlled congestion by just raising tolls, and this is where the innovative piece is. It's still going to be a toll road, but by including other modes such as transit from Fort Bend County and Metro, we can still increase the toll road capacity and still provide good quality service. That's the innovative, creative piece of this project that's really exciting, that where we can, here in Harris and Fort Bend County, can change the toll road industry and start partnering transit and tollway so that way that everyone benefits, not just one mode or the other.
Any other questions?
Oh, I'm not qualified for that. Yeah. Can you?
Sí, sí, sí. Hola, buenos días. Soy Lesley Briones. Soy la comisionada del Condado de Harris, precinto número 4. Estoy muy orgullosa de estar aquí hoy con Fort Bend County Judge KP George, Sanjay Ram, the Metro Chair, and Roberto Trevino, the Director of the Harris County Toll Road Authority. Y estamos aquí porque vamos a explorar aumentando y mejorando el Westpark Tollway. Vamos a necesitar la comunidad, por favor, sus ideas, sus preguntas, sus historias. ¿Cómo podemos conectar las comunidades al lado del Westpark Tollway? ¿Cómo podemos mejorar el servicio? Y vamos a estar trabajando juntos varios niveles del gobierno para servir a ustedes, porque tenemos un problema con el tráfico, todos sabemos, y todos queremos llegar al trabajo a tiempo, y más importante, queremos regresar a casa para tener más tiempo con nuestras familias. Y esa exploración, vamos a aumentar los servicios del Westpark Tollway y vamos a ser más creativos y vamos a tener más innovación, porque tenemos que mejorar el servicio de hoy y más importante para el futuro, porque sigamos con el crecimiento de esta área, de esta zona del condado de Harris y el condado de Fort Bend. Así que vamos a estar trabajando juntos para servirles mejores. Así que vamos a empezar con el estudio y una parte bien importante del estudio vamos a hacer comunicaciones con la comunidad. Así que por favor, vienen con sus ideas y vamos a estar trabajando juntos. Eso es lo que vamos a estudiar, porque queremos aprender de todo el trabajo que hemos sido en las varias carreteras en nuestra región, y la verdad es que queremos hacerlo con más datos y con más community input. Así que no sabemos todos los detalles ahora, pero eso es lo que vamos a estudiar con este estudio. Sí, la verdad es que no tenemos un tiempo fijo, porque va a ser un inverso muy importante y va a durar varios años. Pero el estudio vamos a estar conectando con la comunidad y vamos a tener varias oportunidades de hablar, porque queremos verdaderamente trabajar con la comunidad para diseñar una carretera que funciona y conecta comunidades, que mejora la oportunidad económica y en vez de no hacerlo bien y detallosamente. Así que no tenemos un tiempo fijo, pero vamos a trabajar muy duros, pero también con mucha paciencia para hacerlo correcto. Gracias.